Welcome to Sonia's Silly Senior Stuff. Boy, have I got one today. Let me tell you. I'm on the porch. So, I've had a couple of friends lately that have had surgery, and so, that got me thinking about hospitals and what happens in a hospital. So, let's first talk about outpatient surgery. So, you go in. And the first thing they do is give you the gown that opens in the back so your hind end's hanging out. Now, I don't know why they need to give you a gown with your hind end hanging out if you're going to have, surgery from the neck up, but that seems to be the case. So anyway, you've got to have the gown. So you get the gown on, and then they put this little sheet over you, and then they wheel you in, and then the guy comes in or the woman comes in to stick the needle in your arm. Well, my veins roll. They roll all over the place. So, and I tell them, I have rolling veins. I have good veins, but they roll. So you need to make sure that you can do what you should be doing, and that you can hit them. Well, here's the deal. They hit me like 4 times, and I look at them and I go, you've got one more stick, then you need to call somebody who knows what they're doing. So they realize I'm upset, and they haven't given me any drugs yet because they can't get the needle in, and they're thinking this woman's going to go crazy. So they call somebody who knows what they're doing. They finally get the needle in, and they start the backward counting thing, because they're administering the drug. So they tell you to count from 100 backwards. Well, now I can do that okay. Just don't ask me to do the alphabet backwards, because that's not going to happen. So I started 100, by the time you get to 95, you're out. So it doesn't really matter, and they just do that to get your mind off of what they're doing anyway. So they do the surgery. And let's just say that we're talking about outpatient surgery now. So, you wake up. Well, they have to give me additional medication because the anesthetic makes me sick as a dog. Just makes me sick. Well, the stuff they give you to keep from making you sick also knocks me out. So that's an issue. So they're screaming and yelling, patting your wrists. They're patting your feet. They're trying to get you awake. Well, they just gave you all this crap to knock you out. Now, they knock you out for 2 hours, and then they want you to wake up when they want you to wake up. It just doesn't always work that way. Well, then you have to get dressed. Well, I'm not married, so then I have to take somebody with me. And so I can't dress myself. So, what that means, I'm naked in front of whoever is with me. Who wants to see this naked? Nobody. Trust me, nobody. So you're embarrassed. Well, you're not embarrassed because you're too drunk to be embarrassed because you're on the drugs. But, they've got it. They're looking at all this and thinking, oh my gosh, how'd that happen? So anyway, and then you go home and, whatever. So let's talk about inpatient. So let's say you've had foot surgery. And they're going to keep you for 2 or 3 days because, they got to check everything, make sure everything's okay. And they're loading you up with pain medication. And they're talking about, they come in every day, have you urinated. Now they don't even say that, they just say have you peed. And have you had a bowel movement. Well, excuse me, you've just loaded me up with pain medication. You didn't tell me to take any fiber. You haven't given me any fiber because the hospital food sucks. And you haven't given me a stool softener. And now you want me to go to the bathroom. You need to call the Dynamite expert. I'm telling you. Because nothing is going to come out of that end at all after taking the pain medication. One of my friends described it as the same thing as giving birth without an epidural, only it's coming out your butt. So, I think that when they give you the pain medication, that they should also prescribe Dynamite, or at least a M130 firecracker to help you get out of the place, because you can't leave until you poop. And you can't poop because they filled you up with pain medication. So then, you're not in any pain as where they did the surgery, but your stomach looks like you're 9 months pregnant again. So, it's just a vicious cycle. So anyway, that's my thought for the day. You're stronger than you think you are, and you can do more than you think you can, but you might need Dynamite. I'll talk to you guys later. I love you. Have a great day. Bye.